morning, everyone. It is super early on Monday morning, hence the crappy lighting. It is still dark outside. I'm about to set off for work, going to the Lake District. Fun. So, quick overview of what I'm planning to read. Basically, the plan is I have no frickin' idea. I am meant to be starting Jade War this week to buddy read with Jade. I'm terrified of that book. I was also meant to read Wolfsong last week with Steph, which I've not started. I want to read Crescent City because I'm intrigued by the hype. And I also kind of want to read Over the Woodward Wall because I've just finished Middle Game, so it feels like a good chance to read that. So, considering I'm travelling 4.5-5 hours up the country, I'm taking all of them. And yes, 3 of them are huge. So that's a poor decision, but I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, it's a fun time. That's kind of it to start this vlog, because I need to go get on a freaking train. But that's where we're at. I'm taking way too many books. I normally take too many. This is a new level. I think I'm going to start with Crescent City and then read a little bit of Jade War each day, like I did for Jade City, and just really slowly work through it. I've said to Jade, like, we'll start together, finish weeks apart because I'm useless. And then Wolfsong, I have no idea what I'm going to get to. I'll try and get to it soon because I feel bad. I don't even know if Steph got to it, but I need to check with her. But chaos. I'm reading too many books. Well, I want to read too many books. I also want to read about 5 others, but this is where the limit has fallen. But yeah, I'm going to get on a train now and see which book I decide to start with. Okay, so I have 4% battery and exceedingly messy hair, so let's see if I can get through this update really speedy. So, it is Thursday. I'm guessing I last spoke to you on Sunday when I was going to work, maybe really early Monday morning. I am reading Crescent City. That is what I decided to read. I have not read a lot. I've read 152 pages. As ever for the work week, I have not read, I have not vlogged. That is my life. I'm enjoying this so far. Quite a lot, actually. It's really quite good. It's going to take me like 2 weeks to finish, I feel like. This is just going to take me forever because I'm reading so little, but we're doing it, going to carry on with it. It is TBRPGATHON this week, and I'm technically taking part, though I don't expect to finish pretty much any of the books I'm reading for it. So far, what prompts have I had? I had Solo, which was one perspective, so I read this. I then had Patience, so a book you've been like waiting to read, which this works for. Then I got Left Side of the World, something set in like the left side of the globe, like America. So I'm going to read Odd Spirits by S.T. Gibson for that, which I've not started yet, and this will also work for the 4th prompt, which was a book under 300 pages, because this is teeny tiny. So I'm going to try and read this over the weekend. I'm going to have basically no time to read this weekend, probably, so we'll see. I'll read this. I probably won't finish Crescent City, but we're calling it. Oh, my camera has 1%. So I, as many of you will know, I'm kind of on a book buying ban. I'm playing bingo for it. I'll link the video explaining it. It's great fun. So I'm not buying any books at the moment. However, I have had 2 books arrive from publishers, so I'll very quickly show you those if I can beat my camera. First is Squire. It's a graphic novel from Harper 360. It looks really cool. It's a fantasy YA graphic novel, stunning art style. Very excited to read that. We'll hopefully read it soon as a graphic novel. And then from Black Crow PR, I have the Atlas 6 in this super shiny, super pretty arc. I'm excited. Everyone knows about this book. I now want to read it really soon. The problem with getting new exciting books when I'm in the middle of a giant one that's taking me forever is I just want to read the new exciting books instead of the giant one that's taking me forever. So we'll see how that goes. I beat the camera, it's about to die. That's the quick update. I'll see you next time I've read something. Hello, so relatively unsurprisingly, I've not read a huge amount tonight. I don't think I've managed all week to read more than about 20 pages in one sitting without either falling asleep or just needing a break. And I'm now very nearly 200 pages into this book, so I'm nearly a quarter of the way through, which I'm quite impressed by, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's about 800 pages, maybe. And I'm enjoying it. I don't know whether it's me, whether it's the book, whether it's the very simple fact of it's an exceedingly long fantasy, which I'm really unfamiliar with. I think the only other book I've read of this length is Priory of the Orange Tree. I think other than that, like, even fantasy books max out around like 600 to 650 pages, and they're normally third in a series. It's rare for a series to start with an 800-page book. Well, I say that, it's not rare, but like, the books I read don't do that. And so I don't know whether it's that means in the first 200 pages, part of me doesn't care. I care about the characters a lot. I love the characters. The plot has not pulled me in yet. I don't know if it's just because we're doing loads of setup and it's just kind of getting going. And obviously this is the first book in a series. I have no idea how long the series is going to be. Part of me wants to assume it's going to be like 7 books long, from the very simple reasoning of right in the beginning, it breaks down the different houses. Oh, 4, sorry. But there's 4 houses, and the first 2 books both have titles of one of each of the houses, so it kind of lends itself to being a quartet. So it's a lot, that's a lot, that's long, considering the first 800 pages. And I guess, therefore, reading the first 200 pages is a tiny proportion of the series, so you won't have expected that much to happen yet. But I'm just a little bit bored. I'm going to keep going with it because I am enjoying it, and everyone says the ending's phenomenal, and I want to be in on the hype, and I want to read the sequel when it comes out. But like, I care about the characters. I'm enjoying the dynamic between kind of our 2 key characters at the moment, but other than that, I kind of am not that bothered, which is interesting, and I didn't expect it. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm basically about to go to sleep because it's past 10 p.m. and I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. Might try and read a tiny bit more in bed, and then, as I said, not thinking I'm gonna have a whole heap of time to read this weekend, i.e. probably not really much at all. Like tomorrow, you don't need a to-do list, but tomorrow I'll finish work at 5, half 5, and then I need to clean my flat, go to the gym, and edit a massive video, which I was meant to do tonight, but I was too tired, and so I may actually edit a smaller video and put that one up first because I can't be bothered to edit a big video. So there's a lot to do tomorrow, so I won't be able to read tomorrow evening, and then I may or may not have plans on Saturday. We'll see if my friend gets back to me and actually sets a time. If not, I'll have loads of time on Saturday. But Saturday morning I need to film, edit, and upload Dart Attack ready for next week. It's like there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, and not a lot of time for reading. And then Sunday I should have like a good chunk of time in the afternoon/evening. It's just whether I need to film any YouTube videos to go up this week, but the whole point is I'm keeping myself relatively chill with videos. So we'll see if I can bother to do that or not. But yeah, busy, and not outside of reading. So I don't know what my reading plans are going to be. I think I mentioned earlier, I'm probably going to try and read Old Spirits for TPR. I can't say this, TBRPGAthon. I keep saying TPR. TBRPGAthon, because it's teeny tiny. It's like 80 pages, if even that. Oh, it's almost exactly. It's 81 pages. So I can definitely get that read. That'll be fun. So I loved I'm so tired. I loved S.T. Gibson's other books, so I think I'll really enjoy that. It's like witchy vibes, which is cute. And then, I don't know, I kind of want to read a graphic novel, as I have this one and should read it, and it sounds really fun and it'll be quick. Because the thing I'm finding at the moment, because I don't get to read very much during the week, and that's fine, that's life, is I'm someone that I'm not bothered by like how many books I read in a year or this or that. Like I kind of don't care. But I do get quite like an endorphin rush when I finish a book. I'm a very goal-driven person, and so when I'm in the middle of a book and just continuing it for a really long time, I lose my motivation quite quickly. So when I'm reading something like Crescent City and it's going to take me 2 to 3 weeks, I'm very aware of making sure the weekends when I have a little bit of time, I'm going to try and tick off like 1 quick book, maybe 2, because I'm doing 2 teeny tiny ones this week, but like I might try and read a romance in an afternoon or something, so that I'm still getting that feel of finishing books even when I'm plowing through really big fantasy. And I think I need to remember that, because like I planned this month to read Crescent City, Jade, War, Wolf Song, and A Court of Wings and Ruin, which are 4 big fantasy books really, and all of them will take me a week or 2 to read, so I don't know how I thought I'd read them all. But yeah, all of them will kind of crash my motivation, so I'm making the active choice that I will keep reading Crescent City. I would love to get halfway through this weekend, which isn't inconceivable. That's 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday, to get to page 400, because I'm already on page 200. So not inconceivable to finish, like get to the halfway point this week and then do the same next week to finish it. But definitely going to try, I think, and read either these or any other quick books over the weekend to really get that feel for finishing some books. But this has been an unnecessarily long update, so I'm going to go to bed. That's it. I'm going to go to bed. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday. It's about 9 a.m. I've pretty much like just woken up. Just had a very quick breakfast and got back into bed to do some morning reading. I had grand intentions today of getting up at like 7:30 or 8 and going straight to the gym because I'm filming Dart Attack later, and so I wanted to get the gym done early so I could film, and I'm possibly meeting up with a friend this afternoon. However, I woke up, my alarm went off, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna read and chill in bed until about 11 and then I'm gonna film. And part of the reason for this is like Dart Attack is the one video a month I really care how I look. Like I really want to look nice in it. I like having my hair nice, though sleeping has kind of ruined it, so we'll see if I can redeem it at all. And I just really care about Dart Attack, and I don't want to be like a sweaty grim mess after the gym. Any other video I would just suck it up, but Dart Attack was a bit eh. And also I'm still really new back at the gym and I'm really struggling to work out what to do in the gym at the moment. It's been so many years, I just don't have a plan, I don't know what to do, I'm not confident because it's a new gym for me, and so I'm really demotivated to go, I'm nervous to go. But I do have a session tomorrow with a personal trainer, and then I'm hoping to get at least one personal training session in every week, which will get me familiar with the gym, give me my confidence back, and mean I have a plan to follow so I can actually go to the gym without it stressing me out, meaning I'll go more. But you know, some days you just have to take the day off, so I did today. Like I have done every day this week. Oops. We'll get there. It's a work in progress. But nonetheless, I'm in bed. I'm going to chill and read for an hour or two and then film. But what am I reading this morning? So I should be reading House of Earth and Blood, Crescent City, whatever you want to call it. I'm just past the 200 page mark, 216 pages. But I'm not sure I'm going to read it today, or at least right now. I kind of just want to knock something out, do something fun. And although I'm enjoying Crescent City, it's still not really got me hooked. And so I don't really fancy it right now. So all the way over here, oh God, why did I put it over there? I am considering either doing Odd Spirits by S.T. Gibson, because it's like 80 pages, so I can read it in probably just over an hour. And it's like a fun witchy kind of vibes. That could be really good, and it works for TBRPGAthon. Or I might read Squire, a graphic novel I was sent by Harper 360, because it looks super cute and I think I'm going to really enjoy it. I think I'm going to start with Odd Spirits, see how long it takes me, and then maybe make a start on Squire as well so I can finish that tomorrow, knock out a couple books this weekend, and then be reading Crescent City in the gaps. I think that's my plan. So for now, I'm gonna go read Odd Spirits. I should be able to knock this out this morning, assuming I don't fall asleep. I often do this on weekends. I wake up, I read for 20 minutes, then I get sleepy and go back to sleep for an hour, but we'll see how it goes. But reading Odd Spirits, filming Dart Attack, which I'm so hyped for, because although I don't need a TBR, I love having prompts to fulfill. It's just a good time, so I'm really excited to do that. And then we'll see where the day takes us. Hello, so it has been a few hours since my morning bed update. I have read Odd Spirits. I did read this like in one sitting this morning. It was really good. I'm giving it like a 4-star. Trigger warning or content warning, whatever you want to call it, for biphobia. There is definitely biphobia in this, but it's not like in any way aggressive, someone being horrible about it. It's, you know, someone in a relationship not understanding and seeking to understand and struggling with it, and you know, for some people that's still really difficult to read, but is a realistic reflection of a real issue, so I have no problem with it personally. I really enjoyed this. It was a good, fun little novella, cute little story. It very simply follows this couple who are both, I don't know if they're both like witches, they're both into magic in some regard, and they are having struggles basically, and you are seeing their current struggles and also like the story of how they first met, which is really cute. It was a good time. Got into a surprising amount in 80 pages. I had a good time with it, 4 stars, recommend. But yes, aware of the biphobia if that's something you're not comfortable reading. So I've just filmed Dart Attack, as you can see, it's chilling up there. It's great fun, I love doing it. Problem is I now want to read every book I just mentioned in that video, and I filmed from February and March TBR, I should have to film it really early as ever. And so I'm like, I want to read all those books now, but I'll be patient, I'll carry on with my actual TBR. So probably still going to try and read Squire today or tomorrow if I can. Don't know if I'll be able to though. It's about 1 PM. I have no clue if I'm meeting up with my friend. They're being a pain and still haven't let me know what time they're free to meet up. So I'm just kind of waiting, which is a bit annoying. So I'm just going to get on with my day, and if they suddenly message me, then great, I'll meet them. If not, fine. But although I spent a long time cleaning, while tidying my flat last night, I didn't get a chance to clean it really properly. So I might spend half an hour just with a hoover around and like clean the counters and bits like that they kind of do doing, and then settle down and read. I also seriously need some food. I'm bloody hungry, so I'm gonna go out and buy myself some food to cook. But yeah, that's it. And then Crescent City, I'm gonna keep reading this. Everyone says the end is amazing. I want to know the hype. I want to be in on the hype when the second book comes out next month. But considering the fact I'm over 200 pages in and I could very contentedly put this down and never care about what happens, that's not a promising sign. Like, I don't know if I'm just missing it or I just don't like long books or what, but I kind of just don't care. But I'm going to keep going. As I said, I'm going to try and make myself get to halfway this weekend and then see how I do with it next week, try and get it finished so it's not hanging around for too long. But yeah, those are the reading plans. I have 1,000,001 other books, of course, I want to read, and 1,000,001 other things going on. But for now, cleaning, food, see if I'm seeing a friend or not. Who the hell knows? Hello, quick reading update. So it's about 9:15. I have no idea when I last spoke to you. Probably when I finished filming Dart Attack, I would guess. Judging by the fact that it's 9 PM and I'm still in my flat alone, my friend never got around to replying to me. I have instead made the most of the day. So I did read Squire, as expected. This was good. This is a fantasy graphic novel. It's an arc sent to me by Harper 360. The finished copy is coming out on the 22nd of February, so look out for it. This is a YA graphic novel, and it definitely read YA, of a girl who basically wants to be a squire. And she's going to go enlist in the army to train to be a squire. And there's definitely some like racially motivated and like different, what's the word I'm looking for? Villages, areas, I don't know the word. Why can't colonies almost of different peoples, and why can't I speak? Okay, put my brain back in. And these people I think have been like conquered by different races, and there's like power dynamics that's all very interesting, and definitely there is bad feelings towards some of the races. And she is from one of these races that is slightly looked down upon, and so she's hiding her identity to keep herself safe in this setting. And it's an interesting story. There's definitely some like political conflict and bits and bobs going on, some interesting fun character relationships. But overall, it didn't do a huge amount for me. I will definitely admit, I think the fact that only the first maybe 20 pages are in colour definitely impacted this, because the colour scheme at the beginning, the whole thing is just stunning. The artwork is gorgeous, lots of different colour schemes, really beautiful settings. And I have no problem with reading graphic novels in black and white. I read manga. However, because this wasn't designed to be printed in black and white, a lot of it reads really dark. So just as an example, you lose all of the detail of the art. And so I ended up basically just reading the text, which was fine and it was good. One thing I did notice a few times that I've really liked is it did have the almost like cartoonish over the top facial expressions you get in a lot of manga and stuff, which I see less in a lot of graphic novels. They're a bit more realistic and serious sometimes. So I really enjoyed that. I liked the format, I liked the characters, it was a good story. The art I do think definitely had an impact. It's one I'll definitely be intrigued to see the finished copy of and potentially even reread one day, because I read it in about an hour. Because I do think I'd enjoy it a lot more, which is a bit of a shame really, and I can understand why they don't print the arcs in full colour, but I do wish they had for this one, because I think it would have made quite a lot of difference to actually taking in the story, because you lose so much detail unless you're like squinting, staring at the pictures. It's really hard to see what's going on. So I ended up giving this like a 3.5, good, fun, standard, nothing particularly special. There you go. And now I am going to do a workout. I'm gonna do like a half-hour intense core workout. I was gonna try and go to the gym, but couldn't go this morning because I was too tired, and then didn't think I'd be able to go this afternoon because my friend would be here, and then they weren't, and now it's got really late and I don't want to walk 20 minutes to the gym, do a half-hour workout to walk home. So I'm gonna do the workout here because it's a lot quicker and easier. So I'm gonna do a quick core workout and then do some reading before going to bed. Probably not much because it's gonna be 10:30 by the time I'm done working out. But I've suddenly realised I've kind of got a completely free day tomorrow, near enough. The only thing I have scheduled in tomorrow is a session at the gym at 2 PM. So from about 1:30 till probably about 3 or 3:30, I'm not free. other than that, the entire day is free, which I kind of hadn't really realised. I just not really got my head around it. And so I may try and film a couple videos that I didn't get filmed today, but I'm probably going to leave that till next weekend if I'm being honest. So I might just read a lot tomorrow. In terms of what I'll read, obviously House of Earth and Blood is the next thing I'll be picking up. I'll pick that up a bit tonight, but I don't think I can read 600 pages of it tomorrow. I'm kind of tempted to try because I am also doing TBRPGATHON, which Odd Spirits and Squire have ticked off 3 of the prompts for, but Crescent City is going to be doing the others. So like if I could, that would be great. Don't think that will happen though. So I think my goal is going to be to get to page 400 or 500 of Crescent City tomorrow, and then maybe pick up like a romance. Kind of in the mood for romance. Haven't read one in a minute. Ooh, no, that's a bad idea. I don't know. I have a few on my iPad. I have a few physically. I want to reread the Brown Sisters. Lots of options. But yes, working out, going to bed, big intense reading day tomorrow, hopefully, which is kind of cool that I'm getting to do that 2 weekends in a row. I'm very excited by that.
It's hard when you don't get the time to do the things you gotta do. Always moving forward, always on the go. I hope you take a moment to take it slow. Let me be the one to ease your pain. Let me be the one to ease your pain. Baby, take a break, it'll be okay. Let me be the one to ease your pain.
Good morning. We're doing another morning vlog clip in bed because what else do I do on a Sunday? It is about 8:30. I'm not quite sure why I've suddenly got so good at mornings. I'm just getting up when my alarm goes off now, which is really exciting because it will just be so much better for me. I love a lie-in, but I have to be up at 5:45, 6ish every day for work. And so I find it so difficult when I do that for 4 or 5 days and then I have to get up at like 11 on the weekends. It just disrupts me completely. So keen to start getting in the habit of being up early, especially as I tend normally to want to do like morning gym sessions. So fingers crossed this is me turning over a new leaf and actually, you know, coping. But anyway, I'm going to start my day off with reading, so I don't actually have to be at the gym until about 2 today. So I've got about 4 hours until I need to be even thinking about going to the gym. And so I'm going to read for a few hours. I don't really have anything else to do. I need to sort a thumbnail for my vlog I filmed last week, but that's literally it. And so I'm going to read Crescent City, but I don't know if I'll read this for the entire 4 hours and certainly not the entire day. Other than that, I don't know what I want to read. I'm having a complete struggle at the moment because I'm so kind of cautiously saying this fully out of my reading slump that I've switched from no book appeals and I don't want to read anything to I literally want to read every single book. Which is a surprisingly hard point to be at because I just want to be reading every book at once, and every book I look at I'm like, oh, I want to read that one. And obviously I can't read 8 books at once, it's a bad idea, so I'm trying to limit myself, but I just am so unsure about what to read. So I think if I'm reading it alongside this, I'd want to read something quite different, something much lighter. So probably not another fantasy, which is frustrating because some of the books really jumping out to me at the moment are the Atlas 6 and, don't ask me why, Traitor's Blade. Oh, my alarm's going off again. I didn't turn it off. So I shouldn't pick up another fantasy, but for some reason they're appealing. Other options are Meet Cute Diary, maybe, super quick YA contemporary, The Weight of Our Stars, potentially, which is another YA kind of contemporary-ish, I think. But yeah, I honestly don't know. We'll see. I may just end up wanting to read this. I may finally get into it a bit more. I am getting into it more, actually. That's fair. When I was stretching last night, I don't know how fast I had that foot just sped up, but I was definitely actually like laughing and reacting to some bits, which is a really promising sign. So I'm going to sit and read this and see where the day takes me. Hello, so it is a few hours later. It is currently 3:30. I am back from the gym. Didn't do quite as much of a workout as I intended. I had a meeting with my personal trainer who I've just booked for the first sessions for next week, which is very exciting. Nerve-wracking, but exciting. I've been struggling at the gym recently because I've not been in so long. I just don't know what to do anymore and I've lost all my confidence. So I'm getting a personal trainer for a while, a new one, a new gym, and she is fantastic. She seems like just great. I'm really excited to be doing 2 sessions a week with her for the foreseeable, which is fun. I've made the potentially good, potentially awful decision of booking them in for early in the mornings on the weekends. I think I mentioned this earlier, I've been really finding that waking up early during the week and late in the weekends is just killing me slowly, and I much prefer being able to use my days at the weekend. So I've booked in for 9 a.m. next Saturday and 8 a.m. next Sunday. So we'll see how that goes, but should be really good. Excited to get some proper workouts in again, and then I'll be hopefully joining a gym up in the Lake District to go to during the week. I'm going to try and do 2 sessions a week up there, 2 sessions a week here, and then I'm hoping maybe like once a week go to the gym to like walk and run on a treadmill for like an hour just to get some like low intensity cardio in. But that has left me feeling pretty good, even though I didn't do the most productive workout. So let's do some reading. Didn't read as much as I intended this morning because having got up at 8:30, I did fall back asleep for a couple hours. But I'm currently on page 366, which is the beginning of part 3, which is very exciting. So I'm nearly halfway through. My minimum goal for today was to get halfway, which I'll absolutely do in the next half hour or so. I kind of want to finish it. It's 3:30. It's not, but this is like 8 hours of reading. There's no way I could do this and go to bed at a sensible time. So I'm not finishing it. But I'm going to do as much as I can. If I could get to maybe page 600, that would be great, because then I could maybe finish it like 50 pages a day during the week next week and get it done before the weekend. So I think it's just going to be a big day of reading this. I'd love to finish it because it is my final book for TBRPGATHon, because it fulfills 4 of the 7 prompts and the other 3 have been fulfilled by Odd Spirits and Squire. So it'd be great to finish this, but it's not going to happen. But nonetheless, I'm going to settle down, read as much of it as I can, have a good time with it. And yeah, that's pretty much the plan for the rest of today. I have a thumbnail to make, I have some packing to do for work, but that's it, that's all I've got on. So, quick update on Crescent City. I've not read a lot more, but I realised I didn't actually give an update earlier about how much I was enjoying it. So I've just reached, I think, the halfway point. I don't actually know how long the book is, but I think I'm halfway now. Oh, I'm past halfway. How lovely. That is my goal for the day, so I'll keep reading, but good to know I've hit it. But I am enjoying this more now. I'm still slightly unenamored with like the story. I still just kinda don't care. I'm caring more, but I'm still not completely like obsessed. I'm not dying to know what happens. But Bryce and Hunt, I very much like a lot. And I'm very invested in that. I'm very intrigued to see where that goes. And that's like the main thing keeping me reading. And it has me giggling and smiling and smirking. And I'm having a very good time with it. I'm enjoying that side of this book tremendously. But that's the update for now. I'm going to go keep reading. Hello. So we've moved location. I'm sat on my floor because I've just been stretching for the last 20-ish minutes because it felt very good when I did it yesterday. Felt slightly less good today because I'm very achy and everything hurts, but that's fine. What is going on? Oh my god, I'm welling up thinking about it. I have cried a lot of times in the last few hundred pages. It's safe to say I'm finally invested. It shouldn't have taken me over 600 pages to get invested. I do have a little bit of an issue with that concept, but I'm very invested. And although it took me a while to get into, I actually do quite respect and like the really slow build-up we've had, and I do think all of it was necessary to get to where we're at now. It's like, in a previous vlog I was talking about The Mask Falling and how I wished, like, I'd loved the first 3 books in the Bone Season series more, but all of them were so clever and so worth it to get to where you got to in the 4th book. Basically same thing, but over 600 pages instead of 3 books. So it's slightly torn about that, but I'm now exceedingly invested, it's safe to say. I'm on page 610, which is the beginning of, oh dear, turning it around, beginning of part 5, which I'm guessing will be the final part. There may be another one, I don't know. And it's almost exactly 800 pages long. Yeah, I think the epilogue ends on like page 799 or something like that. It ends on page 799. Terrified to skip to the end unintentionally. So I've got about 200 pages left, which I'm not going to be reading tonight because it's currently 9 p.m. Oh, it's 3 minutes to 9 and I need to pack briefly. It'll take about half an hour and then get into bed. I would love to finish this tonight, but realistically, I need to be asleep in about 2.5 hours. And 200 pages of this is 3 to 4 hours reading minimum. And what I don't want to do before a long week at work is start this last section. I'm at a really good stopping point. I don't want to start this last section, get myself hooked, and then be up till like 1 a.m. reading it. If not a lot later, actually, probably about 2, and start the week off tired. I had such a good week at work last week because I was actually getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, and it made a world of difference. And with me getting back to working out and trying to sort my life out, I really want to stay on top of my sleep. And so I'm not going to risk it. So I'm going to put this down here for tonight. I have read 350 pages of this today, so I'm not mad at that, especially as I read 80 pages of Odd Spirits and 300 something pages of graphic novel yesterday. So I've read, 700 pages this weekend, which is pretty damn good. Can't complain. So I am going to stop there for tonight and I'm going to pick up something else. I don't know what, because I probably only want to read for like 40 minutes to an hour in bed, and I don't know what it should be because the other books that I should be reading are Jade War and Wolf Song, but they're both fantasies and both kind of too close to this because they're both urban fantasies. So I do feel like I probably need to go down the romance contemporary route, because the other thing I have is Atlas 6, which I want to read soon. But that, again, is fantasy, and I don't want anything to confuse me or cross over with this because I'm loving it. So I'm probably going to go down the contemporary fantasy route. I mentioned earlier Meet Cute Diary, which is a YA contemporary, is definitely an option. I have lots of romances. I say that, I don't have many romances actually. I have 5 romances I haven't read, so any of those could work. But whatever I choose. I have Guarding Temptation by Talia Hibbert on my iPad as well, which is always an option. So I have a few options basically, but I don't know what it will be. I'll see what tickles my fancy when I'm in bed later. But for now, I'm gonna go pack and get into bed and resist the many urges to keep reading this. I'm kind of gutted I didn't read more of it yesterday, so I could have finished it today, but I wasn't loving it, so I didn't want to. But yeah, it's life. So I'm gonna go chill and sleep, and hopefully over the next few days we'll finish this one. I really want to finish it before the end of next week, which I think is possible, but it's difficult because I'll be on site, so I'll only get like a little bit of time each evening, but I'm just gonna have to try and be sensible about it and actually do it and read in the evenings instead of hanging out with people as much. Because what else would a book club do apart from ignore their friends and read? Hello, very quick update. So it is Monday evening. I am not at home. I am up in the Lake District for work. And I just thought I'd do a really quick update because I've got in, I've had dinner, about to bath, and then just sit and read for the rest of the night, having a chill antisocial night, which is needed. I've got to page 700 of Crescent City. I am exceedingly invested in this book. For anyone who's following my book buying ban bingo, I have used my first token to buy the sequel because I need it. I am very, very invested. I am terrified to read the last 100 pages. I've no idea how I'm going to rate this book because I rated the first half and the second half separately. I think they'd get really different ratings, so I don't know whether to average it out or just say well, the first half made the second half what it was, so it's also good. I don't know. I'm going to see how shell-shocked I am in 100 pages time when I'm finished with this book, because I've just got to page 700 out of almost exactly 800, so I'll definitely finish it tonight. I'll see how shell-shocked I am and how I'm feeling and then try and rate it, but I may or may not vlog tonight. I very rarely vlog during the week because I have housemates and I get self-conscious, but they're not home yet, hence why I'm vlogging now. But I'm nervous. but I'll catch up with you another day when I feel comfortable vlogging and I've read more, I guess. Hello, so quick evening update. I've finished Crescent City. I'm not picking it up because it's bloody heavy. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm very, very glad. I pre-ordered the sequel this morning. It comes out in like a month, so I don't have too long to wait, which is quite exciting. Oh, it got so good. I really debated what to rate it, and like played with Corpile and like put different scores in to see what felt right and see what end rating felt right. It's annoying because I kind of in my head do half stars, but in many ways I also don't, and I do like my stats at the end of the year based on full stars, and this for me it's like a 4.9. So like I could just put it as a 4.5, but then in some places it'd be classed as a 4, which does not feel right at all. Like it's definitely not a 4, but like I was like, is it a 5? The first half was annoying me. But yeah, it's a 5. We've gone with a 5. I can always change it, but for now we've gone with a 5, and I'm now really debating what to read next. The 2 books I have with me are Tender as the Flesh and the Atlas 6, the super shiny arc. Can I get that shine, please? Hello? There we go, shiny. And I put a poll on my Instagram an hour or so ago, and the Atlas 6 is like definitely winning, so I think I'm gonna go with that because I'm really not sure which one I want to read. Atlas 6 is another fantasy and it's another like competition, so it probably will have battles, so I wasn't sure if that's too close, but this may be completely wrong. Tender as the Flesh, I get the impression is quite gory, and Crescent City is actually surprisingly gory, and I'm not really sure I want to read too much more of people's like entrails and innards being pulled out. So not sure about that. I'm not sure I'm mentally prepared for that right now. So I think we're gonna go with Atlas 6. So I'm gonna give this a quick go. It's about 9:30, so I've probably got about half an hour, so I don't want to be heading to sleep. So get a good 25 pages, get started, and then figure out more tomorrow. I will also do like a much more full review of Crescent City later in this vlog, but I don't want to do a long update today, so that may be in a few days. So it has in fact been about 2 weeks since I finished reading Crescent City, but I never got around to filming the little review portion, so I'm gonna do that now. Luckily I made notes when I finished this, so I do actually remember what I wanted to say, but I'll do a pretty rapid rundown. I ended up giving this 5 stars. I have stuck with that rating. I feel kind of weird about it because the beginning wasn't really it for me, but oh my god, was the payoff worth it. It really, really hit me so hard. I don't think I've ever cried so many times in a book. I feel like in the last few hundred pages I was crying like every 10 pages. So many things are happening and it was just fantastic. I'm not falling into like the Sarah J Maas fan club, but I have to give her credit. This was a very good book and it was very well done. I do still think the beginning could have been more gripping. That could be me, I don't know. Everyone else seems to love this entire book, but I do think the beginning could have been a bit better, but it was worth it and it did build the character work that made the end of this book so good, so I'm gonna let it off. I literally wrote in my notes, like, I can't cry like 5 times and then give it a 4. That's wrong. It's kind of true, like if it's affecting me that much, it kind of has to be a 5-star read. The next thing I made a note on is just the characters. Again, like these were some of the most complex and interesting and well-built characters I've ever read. Like I don't know how Sarah J Maas did it. Like I don't have the writing craft knowledge to dissect it, but nonetheless, by God was it well done. They were just all so interesting, and the relationship building, both the romantic and any platonic relationships, was just fantastic. It wasn't even that noticeable always, so like the romantic relationship, you could very much see that building, and God, the slow burn, everything, loved it, amazing. But the platonic ones almost got me more because I didn't really notice them being built until, you know, something happens and I'm just broken by it, and just, it was expertly done. I have to give credit where credit is due. And then the kind of one other note I made was the plot was so intricate, so cleverly planned out, really just loved seeing it all tied together. It was like, again, it would not have worked without every tiny clue that was placed throughout. It was the perfect level of big twists that you don't see coming, but when they happen, you can see everything leading up to it and it all makes perfect sense. Brilliantly done. I did see one of like the big reveals coming from so early on, but to be fair, relatively obvious hints to that were dropped, so I feel like I was probably intended to figure it out. And part of the reason I spotted it is I have read a lot of fantasy, not compared to a lot of people, but I have read quite a lot of fantasy. And so it was something that was like, I knew to pick up on. Like I saw the first hint and I was like, oh, I know where that's going. So that was fine. I don't mind it at all. But other than that, plot was fantastically done. And then just the sequel. I'm so hyped for the sequel. I cannot wait. It comes out in like 2-ish weeks, I think, from now. I won't get to it straight away, which is painful because it comes out on a Tuesday and obviously I'm on site, so I won't even get it until the Friday. If I'm lucky, probably the Saturday. And then I'm just gonna have to read it as soon as I can after that. No idea where it's gonna go, but I'm so excited to see where it goes. I'm so hyped. I am both loving the fact I'm in on the hype of this book finally and kind of hate that I've succumbed to the masses, but it's worth it. Hello, so it is Wednesday. It is evening, and I've just got home from work. I'll go for dinner with a couple mates in an hour or two, but I've got a little bit of time to kill now. I say kill, I need to pack and get my life in order, so not a lot of time, but it is Wednesday. Biggest thing that's happened in the last few days was I finally joined a gym up on site, which I think I mentioned that I'm having like personal training sessions, and so I wanted to have my gym up here so I could keep training during the week. And yesterday evening, went for the first time, got to the door, looked in, and went home. It was the busiest I've ever seen a gym. There was not a single piece of equipment free, and it looked horrible. So, I'm now a morning person, apparently. I was at the gym at 6 a.m. today, because I now have to go before work, and my work starts at 7:30. So, and I ideally need to be on site about 10 minutes before that to set up for the first meeting at 7:30. So luckily the gym is really close to site, as in like a 5-minute drive, then a 5-minute walk. So as long as I'm done working out by 7, out of the gym by like 5:10 past, once I've got changed and stuff, and then parked and in the office by 20 past 7, it's fine. But that means if I want to do like an hour's workout, I have to go there at 6 or just after. So I did this today. I got up at 5:20. Left the house at 5:35 and was at the gym just after 6, did like best part of an hour's workout, did a high intensity interval training workout today, which knackered me. I like morning workouts, but obviously this is like beyond morning. This is early. When I say morning workout, I mean like 9 a.m. So it's going to take a while, I think, for my body to adjust to being able to function at full potential at that time. I also need to work out what I'm doing about breakfast, because I rarely eat breakfast, but normally I work out after work or in the evening, so I've eaten by then in the day. I definitely got hungry today. I've ended up eating really badly because I had to eat what food I could get on site, which is not good food because I was just starving. So I need to figure that out. But yeah, I'm now a morning person. I now go to the gym at 6 a.m. before work and at 8 a.m. on the weekends. So no idea who I am. But anyway, as I said, I've got about an hour to kill before I go meet some friends for dinner. And therefore, I'm going to do some reading. The Atlas 6. I'm currently 60 pages into this, so I've not read loads, but I've read a chunk, little bit of it. I think it's out of 400-ish, 370, so like it's not a bad chunk. I'd like to get through a bit today, because I would really like to finish this weekend, and I have a busy weekend, and yeah, like, I'm going to have to work on the train journeys I have this week. I mean, I work on most of them anyway, but sometimes I can squeeze a bit of reading in, but it's all a bit hectic, so I'm enjoying this so far. I'm very interested in all the characters. We are introduced to all the like characters in quite like a montage format, which I love. A montage is my favourite thing in the world. So I really liked that introduction to the book. It was really interesting. I did, however, reading the next section, have to flick back a few times and work out which one of them is which, because I'm really bad with names. Like, you'll know I can never name a character after finishing a book. So I just had to be like, wait, who's who exactly? But I think I've got it near enough figured out now. And the benefit of meeting in a montage in the beginning is it means it's very easy to flick back and check who's who, because you have it in a quite condensed area, which is nice. So you like know when you met them, versus a book where you're like, I met them sometimes in the last 100 pages. Don't know when. So enjoying it so far, definitely interesting. I have the self-pubbed version of this book. I'm really intrigued when I get home at the weekend to see how different it is, because I was chatting to Meg from 12 Books a Day when she saw me reading this, and she mentioned a couple of things that like aren't in this book, like bits between chapters, and I know there's artwork in the original version as well, so I'm just really intrigued to kind of do some comparisons, because for anyone that doesn't know, this was a book that was self-published, got huge online, and so is now being traditionally published, hence ARCs, and it's been quite heavily edited before this version came out, which I think the author has said they're happy about, they're glad, and they think this is a better reflection of the book. But nonetheless, I'm intrigued to see what the differences are. But anyway, that's where we're at. It's Wednesday. I most likely will not now update you again until the weekend. So yeah, obviously got work tomorrow. And then I am going to London for work on Friday, and then work Friday, and I'll get home Friday night. I will attempt to go to the gym, though I think it may be very busy Friday night. And then the weekend is packed, but hopefully I'll do some updates then. Hello, so it is Friday evening. I've just got home from work for the week. I was in London today, I think I mentioned. So I just got home from London. It was a good day, it was a good time. I'm very, very glad to be home. That's a better angle, I don't have to sit up as straight. So as I said, I just got home. It's about 6 p.m, as it always is. There's been a power cut this week. Intriguing. Sorry, I've just spotted my my oven. The timer has reset to 0, which must mean it's been turned off sometime this week. Intriguing. Anyway, so it's about 6 p.m, which is the time I normally get home from work on a Friday, and I'm very tired. I considered going to the gym tonight, but having gone to the gym at 6 a.m. the last 2 days, I thought I'd give myself a day off, as I have my first personal training session tomorrow, which is terrifying. I'm very excited, but I've seen the plan, and oh my god, is it going to be one hell of a hard workout. And my body already hurts from the workouts I've done this week, so I wasn't going to make it any worse. So got that tomorrow, but basically the plan for this evening is to chill, about to make myself some dinner, because I'm hungry, and yeah, I'm going to chill and read. In terms of reading updates, I haven't really been reading the Atlas 6 since we last spoke. I've not really had time. On Thursday morning in the gym, I was doing low intensity cardio, so like sit on a bike for 25 minutes, walk on incline for a bit, like an active rest day kind of vibe. I wanted to go move, I wanted to do something, but I was way too achy to do anything too intense, so did low intensity cardio, just a good way to kill a bit of time and get myself moving. And I always read a book whilst I do that. I have my iPad, I put a book on it and I read, because I cannot deal with the monotony of sitting on a bike for 25 minutes, so I have to amuse myself. Sometimes I watch TV, normally I read. And I started reading Our Stop by, I have no idea, Laura Williams or something? I'll find the author later. Laura Jane Williams is the name that's in my head, but I don't think that's right. And I was really enjoying it. I read like the first 35 pages in the gym, so not a huge amount, but a bit. And just loved it. So I've been reading that since Thursday, so I read that yesterday evening, and I read it on like some of the train journey today when I didn't need to work, and I'm now about 70% of the way through, so I'm gonna finish that tonight, and then go back to the Atlas 6. Quick synopsis for Our Stop: it's a contemporary romance. Very simply, two people go on the same London tube, guy notices the girl and puts in the missed connections in the paper, and they kind of go back and forth messaging in the missed connection section of the paper, and they keep actually missing each other and never getting to meet. And this is maybe slightly spoilery, I don't want to ruin it for anyone, so skip to this timestamp if you don't want any kind of spoiler. But I was loving it for the first like 30 to 40%. I'm loving the slow burn, I'm loving the tension. I'm now bored of it. I am 70% of the book through and they haven't met yet. Like, I know the whole point is the journey to them meeting, but like 200 pages in and they've not even met, and it's getting increasingly ridiculous, like the reasons they don't meet, and they're both getting really upset about it. I'm like, for fuck's sake, just meet. We know you're going to end up together at the end of this book. I mean, I'm not personally a huge fan of like the third act breakup in romances. I know it's a part of the genre, and it's fine because you get the happily ever after, and I'm not going to complain about it because, you know, that is part of the genre. But it does annoy me because it never feels convincing, because you know they're going to end up together, so it's just angst for no reason. And that's kind of this. I'm like, you're going to meet, you're going to get together, all will be good. So like, why are we taking 200 pages for that to happen? Like, I just feel like they're going to meet right at the end, and we're going to see none of them together and then see this epilogue of 10 years later they're married. I don't know, I was loving it, and it's now slightly annoying me, and I read it in a day. If this took me like 3 days to read, I'd be so bored. But that's my update on that, so I'm gonna finish that. I would love to finish Atlas 6 today, but I have 300 pages left, so I'm not going to. I which is annoying because I'm going to film my monthly wrap up tomorrow because I need to get it filmed, and therefore I will likely potentially finish another book this month that won't be included in that wrap up, but you know, so be it. It's more of a recent reads video than a wrap up. I'll just do it as January because it's easier, but that's not relevant. That's it, that's the plan. Reading and chilling tonight, gym and a few other bits on tomorrow, and then gym and meeting up with a friend on Sunday. Also need to film and edit this weekend, so not thinking a lot of reading will happen, but see how it goes. We're back to super bad lighting, but considering the fact my eyes aren't even really open, I don't care. So it's like 9 p.m. I have just crashed. But I have finished Our Stop by Laura Jane Williams. I was right with that name somehow. It was good. I ended up giving it like a 3.5, I think, like a 3 of like, it was good, it was fun, the end was cute, the characters were fun. For me, the balance was off. Like, we'd done all the slow burn, and I kind of said this earlier, and again, spoilers, we'd done all the slow burn, and like, we'd seen the build up, and there was just more and more of it, and it got boring, which I can be bothered with. And then the ending was super cute, but like, again, exactly as I anticipated, it was too quick. Like, why did we not get to see the couple together, like, at all? I don't know, just frustrated me a bit. So yeah, perfectly fun, perfectly good. Nothing overly special, so going with a 3 in my kind of new ratings for this year of 3 is good, and therefore I don't have to feel guilty giving something a 3 when it's not like really good. For me, a 3 is like good, I'd recommend. 4 is, yeah, I'd really think you should read this, and 5 is kind of like not far off a new favourite for me. But yes, it's only 9 p.m. I'm beyond exhausted. I think this is what I get for going to the gym at 6 a.m. all week. Well, I say a week, I did it twice, but that feels like a lot. So I'm super tired, and I've got the gym early tomorrow, so I'm pretty much going to bath and go to bed now and be asleep hopefully before 10, so that when I'm getting up at 7ish tomorrow, it doesn't kill me. And we'll see how it goes. And I've got my first proper training session, so we'll see how that goes. I said all of this earlier, I don't need to say it again. But yeah, I should read some of Atlas 6 tonight, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe like 10 pages, one chapter before I go to sleep, so that I remember to pick it up tomorrow, because I didn't film this earlier, but I have had a book arrive today. I'm taking part in a blog tour for this book, so I was sent it by the publisher, and that is Golden Boys by Phil Stamper. For anyone who doesn't know, Phil Stamper is a YA contemporary author. Well, that's the books he's mainly written so far. The first being The Gravity of Us, which I really enjoyed. The second being As Far As You'll Take Me, which was one of my favourite books of last year. I adored it. And so this is his third book, and I'm super, super, super excited. I've been waiting for this to come out, and it is taking all of my willpower to not just pick this up straight away, because like, I could fully read this in the next day or two, even though I have very little time to read. Like, this will be such a fast read, but I'm going to try and save it for February. Gonna be good, because I need to finish Atlas 6 if I can this weekend, though that is so unlikely, because I have no time between now and Monday. But we'll see how things go. For now, I'm gonna go the hell to sleep before I pass out sitting on my sofa. Hello, so I'm back from the gym from my PT session, first one. It was really bloody hard, but I feel good about it. Long way to go, but it's the starting point. And I'm back. I did some errands in town, so it's about 11:30 now. But yeah, good start to the morning, feeling pretty good. I know around midday, maybe 1, I'll get sleepy and probably need a nap, but so be it. I'm still glad I got up and started the day. But I am now basically gonna read for a few hours. I think I said yesterday, I got myself all stressed and I had so much to do. And that's because I wanted to film and edit like 3 videos today, because so I could definitely have videos going out next week and the week after. I have a busy weekend this weekend anyway, so trying to put filming in on top of that was a poor idea. And so I have decided I'm not probably going to film anything today. I will tomorrow if I feel like it, though that's unlikely. This vlog can go up, so I can still have a video next week, and then next week I can film because I have a free weekend. Again, I was being stupid. I'd got all caught up in that I need 2 videos every week, which I've done so many times, and we're not doing that this year. The whole point is we're not doing that, and I want to read. So I'm gonna try and finish this today. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this, if I'm honest, but I would really love to. And then if I can read this tomorrow, and then I can have read 13 books in January. And I think potentially my highest page count ever, maybe. I've had a lot of days this month where I've read over 300 pages, so somehow I'm just like on my shit at the moment. I don't know. I'm gonna go read, basically, until I fall asleep. And yeah, I didn't read any of the Atlas 6 yesterday because I fell asleep pretty much as soon as I stopped vlogging, but hopefully I can make some good progress in it today. I'm really nervous because I've been enjoying the first 70 pages. I'm really intrigued, and I know it's a really popular book, but I know Beth from Book's Nest really enjoyed the start and then ended up getting really quite annoyed towards the middle and the end, and I think gave it a 3.5. And I was hoping this could be like at least a 4 or maybe even a 5 for me, so we'll see. I don't obviously rate off other people's experiences, but it's made me nervous, I will say that much. So I'm gonna keep reading, we'll see how it goes. I'll update you if and when I have thoughts.
I don't need to dream with my eyes closed, and I find no sense in following others' roads to destinations where nobody knows if it is right for your life and grow. Cause when you grow up, you will feel empty. If you were bold, God, it's all about the journey. So lucid, you must sit and trust when you wait. You're stronger when the lucid, the day of is late. So take a breath at the morning when you wake. Stop and realize and forever remain lucid in your waking day. No one can take your dreams away. Lucid in your waking day. No one can take your dreams away.
Back to very bad lighting, but it is much later. It's like 9 p.m. And I've read very little today. I said earlier that I expected to crash. Holy hell did I crash hard. Kind of not surprising. I've gone from not working out for almost 2 years or not working out properly for almost 2 years to working out 4 times this week and eating better and therefore less sugar and stuff, which is, it's a big change. It's a lot all at once, and I'm kind of expecting the next few weeks to be hard until my body gets used to it. But yes, I crashed, I really did. I ended up sleeping for a good few hours, but it was split up into lots of like half-hour chunks because I didn't want to accept that I was sleeping so much. I was like, no, I want to get on with my day. And so I kept like having a half-hour nap and then being awake for half an hour doing nothing and still feeling tired and then having another half-hour nap. It was silly, but then I spent a few hours with my mum. She's basically teaching me how to cook. I know it sounds really awful because I know I'm 23, but I don't know if I've mentioned this in videos before. I have something called ARFID, which is in effect an eating disorder. It's nothing to do with body image, like the most common eating disorders you hear about, but it is avoidance and restrictive food intake disorder, which is a sensory issue. So textures, tastes, lots of things I do not get on with food. And as a result of having had this my entire life, I now basically have an anxiety response to any food that I don't consider safe, and that safe list is really, really limited and really, really unhealthy. And so with my, renewed want to get fit and feel stronger, one of the things I need to fix is my diet. And this is not for me. This isn't like, just eat better. Like, it's gonna be a lifelong change and it's gonna be incredibly difficult, and I will never eat like most people. But I can start by making some slightly more sustainable changes, and one of those is just making a very, very simple pasta sauce, which is literally just blended up vegetables with practically nothing else in it. And it's much better than buying like a pasta sauce from the supermarket. So made some of that so I can prep meals for the week at work, so I'm not eating meal deals for lunch, I can eat this instead. And I also tried wholemeal pasta, first time ever, which is very scary because I only eat white carbs. And it was fine, so that's exciting. So it sounds like nothing. I had fucking tomato pasta, but for me it was a huge achievement, and hopefully is the very, very start of making these changes. But I don't know. But anyway, as a result of all of this, I've read practically nothing. I've got up to page 110-ish of this. I'm not enjoying it. Like, it's fine. I don't want to pick it up. Like, I've been reading so much this month, which is amazing. I've been having a fantastic time with it, but I'm really finding I'm sat like on my phone for 40 minutes before I convince myself to pick this up, which is not something I've had all month, which is a real shame. So I think I am going to keep reading this, but I'm thinking I might try and do like a little bit each day, make myself read it slowly instead of trying to finish it, which is kind of annoying. I really wanted to finish this weekend so I could finish it for the end of January, but like grand scheme, it doesn't matter. So I think what I'm gonna do, it's quite late, I'm pretty much gonna bath and go pretty soon to bed, but I think I am going to pick up Golden Boys, which I think I've already mentioned, but I don't remember. But this is a YA contemporary, it'll be good fun, it'll be a super quick read. So I'm gonna try and fly through this today and tomorrow if I can. I should have a few hours to read tomorrow, so it's not impossible. It's just, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna start this tonight. I will probably only read maybe 20, 30 pages tonight before I go to sleep, but I'm excited for something a bit easier and ideally to tick off one more book before the end of January. Also, one of my prompts for January is to read a book the same month you hold it, so I kind of need to get that ticked off with this one if I can. So yeah, I'm gonna go bath, do that, stretch a little bit and go to bed, and that's pretty much the plan. I'm frustrated with the Atlas 6. From the first like 20 pages I thought I was gonna love it, but I'm just not feeling it at the moment, but I may still end up really enjoying it. I'm just gonna have to read it slightly differently. Hello, so it is Sunday. I got up really early, went to the gym really early at 8 AM, got home at 9:30, died. I know it's gonna take time to adapt to all the early mornings and the very, very hard workouts, but holy hell, I am so dead today, it's actually insane. And therefore I've not made best use of my day. I have read a bit of Golden Boys. I wanted to get this whole thing read today, but I'm thinking that's very unlikely. I've got to page 134, so I've still got over 200 pages left, and I'm just about to get ready to go out and see a friend for what was supposed to be a late lunch, early dinner, but having worked out this morning, I was hella hungry, and so I've just had a massive lunch. So I'm probably gonna not really eat and just chill with them. I needed to eat. I could not wait another hour and a bit to eat. I was dying. So not been the most productive day, but this is life at the moment. And I'll keep reading this. I will hopefully finish it tomorrow, though I do have a dinner tomorrow, which makes me think I may not, which is a shame. I really want to just finish this damn book in January. It's not impossible, but I won't be home. I would imagine I'll leave at like 6-ish, so I'll be home by 7-ish. And then I need to do some laundry, I need to do some packing. I ideally need to edit this video, so we'll see if I have time to also read more of this. We'll see. I mean, life is life at the moment. I'm just trying to amble on through and manage the workouts and staying alive, so that's the not very exciting update, but I'll see you all in a bit when hopefully I've read more. I don't know if I'm gonna have time. Hello, as ever, it's evening, bad lighting. It is about 6:30, almost exactly 6:30. I just got back from seeing my friend. Quite luckily for me, they couldn't stay for that long, which has actually worked out really nicely because I really needed to just like chill this evening. And I do now have quite a few hours, which is nice. And reading. I need to do some laundry, I need to pack. I ideally need to spend like 20 minutes doing meal prep for the week. But I think I can do all of that in like an hour. So I'm gonna let myself read for like 2 to 3 hours. I'll do the laundry in the background whilst I read. And then do all of that just before I go to bed because I really just want to do some reading today. And I'm feeling awake enough. Golden Boys should be the priority. And it is a very quick read. However, whilst waiting for the train back, because the train's being a pain and the one I wanted was cancelled and I had to wait over half an hour, I was like, you know what? I'll read something on Kindle, because what else would I do? And I started reading the second book in the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. It's called The Mistake. It's sequel to The Deal. I loved The Deal. I've read 41 pages of The Mistake. I'm so into it. So it's gonna take all my willpower to not read that all night instead, which isn't the end of the world, but now I'm kind of like, well, could I read both to finish tomorrow? Almost certainly no, but if I could finish one today, then maybe. So we might do like an hour of each and see how I'm feeling. because I love both these books and don't know which one to prioritise. I haven't given you a synopsis for either because I'm useless. Golden Boys by Phil Stamper. This is a YA contemporary following this friendship group of 4 boys who are all 16, going into their 16, 17, I think, going into their senior year of school. And it's the summer before their senior year and they've all got like things going on. Like one's going to DC for an internship. One is somewhere else, Boston maybe, or is DC in Boston? Oh, I don't know. One of them's somewhere else doing like a Save the Trees thing. Someone else is gone to Paris for design school. And then the fourth one of them is in Florida with family and working. And it's a bit of a different situation. And as far as I can tell, all 4 of them are queer, which is fantastic. And it's basically following just how they're coping being away from their friendship group for the first time. The ramifications of COVID, which is really interesting. It's only been really brief in its mentioning of that, but like, this is the first book I have ever read that has mentioned COVID, which is blowing my mind. I kind of just assumed the literature world had decided they would forget that COVID ever existed, but no, it's been mentioned, which is kind of interesting. Only briefly, but it came up and I was like, oh my god, we're at the point now where books mention COVID, like we're far enough past the start of it that like enough time has passed for a book to go from writing to publication with mentions in it and people are deciding it's a big enough cultural impact that it's worth mentioning now. Weird, crazy times, but this is really interesting. As I say, I love Phil Stamper's books. This is a really interesting take of following these 4 queer boys in their like journey into adulthood. Very cool. And then The Mistake, it's a romance. Guy on an ice hockey team in love with his best friend's girlfriend, doing stupid stuff, and super innocent girl next door girl, and they're going to end up together somehow. We'll find out how, but it started off with a banging start, so I'm going to sit and read and chill, and what I'll read, we don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm having 2 fantastic books, so I'm not complaining either way. So it's pretty late on Sunday. I'm literally just getting into bed. Bit later than I intended, but completely my own fault. Have done all my errands and packed and all of that, which is great. But I was reading The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. I did finish it. It was 5 stars. Oh, it's so good. So good. I am trash for this series. I only have the first 2 on ebook, but I'm thinking I may need to buy the rest. I'm not meant to because I'm on a book buying ban. I could call it an exemption because it's a series I'm up to date in, but I feel slightly bad, so I'm not going to straight away because I can spread them out every few months, limit myself, but oh my god, it was so good. The relationship was so good. Oh, I love as well, like, maybe mild spoilers for anyone that cares till my hand goes down. The 3rd act breakup was like 2 pages, which makes me so happy, because I've said before I hate the 3rd act breakup, so I'm very happy that it was super, super short. That's it for spoilers, like 10 seconds. But yes, I then had to decide which books to take to site, which I feel like one Sunday evening I need to sit and film the chaos of me trying to decide which books to take to site on a Sunday, because it kills me every single week. So I'm taking Golden Boys, which I'm hoping to finish tomorrow somehow. I don't think I'm going to have the hours, but I'm going to goddamn try because I need it for a bingo prompt. I have the Atlas 6 because I should keep reading that, though I'm slightly disinterested at the moment. I have Tender is the Flesh coming with me because I do think I really want to read that one really soon. So that's coming with as an option. And then I've also just packed Rhapsodic because I'm really in the mood for some fantasy romance, because I've read 2 contemporary romances back to back now. So I'm really in the mood to read some fantasy romance because I don't think I read any in 2021. I read a couple in 2020, loved them, and then just stopped reading them in 2021. So I've taken a couple of those, well, I've taken Rhapsodic with me. I also have Charlie Travesty, Fortuna Sworn. I think those are the only ones I have, I don't know. But super keen to read that. So hopefully after I finish Golden Boys, I'll see what I'm reading next. I have no idea what it will be for now. I'll see what I'm feeling like in the next few days. Probably not a lot of reading because I have work and I'm busy, but that's the update. I'm gonna go to sleep. Hello, it is Monday evening. It is about 7:15 and I am gonna see if I can read Golden Boys today. I don't think it's very likely. I have almost 200 pages left and I need to be asleep in 2.5 hours. And I also need to spend at least half an hour packing, well, maybe 10-20 minutes packing for tomorrow. I don't know if it's possible. I'm gonna do nothing but read for the next 2 hours and see how far I can get. Because if I finish this today, I'll be so damn happy. I'll have read 13 books in January and I've had nearly my best reading month ever, apart from March of last year. I want to do it. I've turned down a social tonight so I can read because I really want to read. Let's do it. We'll see how we go. There we go. The starting point, 7:15, page 188. Cute Moomin bookmark. Let's go. 1 hour update. It is now 8:15. Ooh, and it's blurring, but I'm on page 289. So I've read exactly 100 pages in the last hour, which is pretty good. And hopefully I'll finish this within the next hour. Be done by 9ish, and then I can go to bed. Hello everyone. So it is Wednesday evening. And I am a bit pooped. I've done the gym both mornings so far this week, so Tuesday, Wednesday, and I played netball with my colleagues this evening, which was so much fun. I say we're all rubbish. A few people are very good, but most of us don't really know what we're doing, so it's just a glorified game of catch, and it's a great time. It's really nice as well, because it's a really competitive bunch, but like no one keeps score, so it's competitive in that everyone's trying hard and wants to do well, but no one actually cares who like wins, and we switch teams up like 3 times throughout playing. It's just a good time. But I have a tiny bit of time to read before I go to sleep, so I thought I'd update you. Last time we spoke, I think I just finished Golden Boys. I haven't read much at all in the last couple of days, but I did not know what to read after Golden Boys. I got really, really stuck. My 2 options realistically being the Atlas 6 and Rhapsodic. I was really torn because Atlas 6 I'm like almost halfway through and feel like I should continue with, but also I've been finding it pretty dull so far, unfortunately, past like the first 50-60 pages. So I wasn't overly keen about picking it back up, but I also don't want to leave it too long, otherwise I kind of never will. But Rhapsodic seemed really appealing. So last night I decided to read some of Atlas 6, only managed about 20 pages before falling asleep, so didn't read very much at all. And then in the gym this morning I read some of Rhapsodic, so I have read about 50 pages of that, which is cool. But I'm going to read like 20 minutes again, so barely any of Atlas 6 tonight, and then next time I read will probably be like Friday evening. But yeah, that's the very brief update. I'm reading, I guess, Atlas 6 and Rhapsodic at the moment. Would love to finish both by the end of the week, but we'll see how it goes. Hello, so it is, I don't even know what day it is, Friday evening, and I'm ending this vlog here because I've just edited the rest of it and I want to get it uploaded so it can go up tomorrow. I would have loved to have this vlog go to the end of the weekend so we could hopefully finish Atlas 6 and Rhapsodic before Polathon next week. But that's not going to happen because I want to finish the vlog here so I can read loads this weekend and not have to edit this very, very long vlog. So this is the end of the vlog. I hope you enjoyed. Please do let me know in the comments if you've made it this far. Well, like, actually, we're going to do this. I've never done this before. If you've made it to the end of this video, please drop a moon emoji because Crescent City was like the big book of this vlog. So we'll go with that, a moon emoji, because I've never done this before and I'm really intrigued to see how many of you got to the end. But what I was going to say is if you've made it to the end, do you prefer like every few weeks these super long vlogs with occasional short ones for like intense reading days? Or would you prefer like regular 20-minute vlogs each week? I'm not sure I could keep up with that. There may not be an option, but I'm intrigued. My vlogs keep ending up being stupidly long and I'm not sure any of you watch all the way to the end or care. So yes, let me know. But I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be relatively soon. Bye.